So last but not least, let's get back to the European Commission. I'd like to welcome Mario Campolargo. He's Director of the Net Futures Department at the DG Connect. Please bring us your view about the EU cloud data without borders.
Thank you very much. I mean, this panel is so in-depth knowledge about security and privacy and how to build that I dare not to touch those topics. I mean, but I want to go really to the essential. I mean, we gave a chance to internet a few years ago. Internet does not know borders. I mean, it was very interesting when we started using internet. I mean, you know, the thing came naturally. Today, a cloud obviously cannot have borders. I mean, that's by definition. When we think about the business revolution that internet brought to our societies, we call it the digital economy. I mean, we are far from understanding the implications of it, but we are going along with it. And I believe that in the near future, I mean, we will have three drivers to push beyond the limits of today, the digital economy. And those will be cloud, those will be Internet of Things and the generation of enormous amount of data, and this will be, in Europe, the access to the cloud through mobile means. And each one of those have inherently some challenges. So cloud, we have identified a number of barriers here. There is, however, still some challenges in terms of research, innovation. When we talk about data, big data, open data, it is important to see that this will give us an enormous advantage, but still there is a lot to research and innovate on this matter. And when we talk about Europe being a continent where I believe that the access to the cloud will be mainly through mobile, and you just referred them, I mean, tablets and things, there is some challenges that we have to address. I would like just to mention here that we in the Commission, side by side with the cloud strategy, with the big data strategy, we are about also to launch a new PPP on what we call the 5G, an ubiquitous network, with a new generation mobile, radio, etc., integration of optical and mobile, and this will be, I suppose, enablers of the clouds that we will see coming up in the future. It's very interesting to note that the Council itself, in the conclusions about cloud, says that, you know, there is an impetus that Europe have to give to cloud, big data and open data. So indeed, the Council of Ministers addresses precisely those three topics. Is it me? Is this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then actually, I don't need this.
All these mobile devices.
I suppose that is NSA looking into something right now.
They say hi to
There's so much interest in this conference.
F secured, I think. Trying to. I apologize for that. So what I was saying is that we have those challenges that we are addressing, and it is from this series of components that will make, you know, cloud flourish in Europe. I have the perception that cloud will be the common space where citizens, public administrations, and private business will meet. In the future, that's it. That's what a cloud is the meeting place where private, public, and ourselves will interact, will collaborate, will make business. And that's what we want to make. By design, I don't want to come back into the barriers that have been identified throughout this day today, because I want to give it a positive spin. We really need to understand, is it me still?
I'm sorry.
Throw it away, please. I was going to say that this is not European, but I don't make those politically incorrect statements. So I want to give it a positive spin. You know, it's very important that we see what is the essence. And the essence of cloud is, like the French say, la mutualisation, is to mutualize, you know, resources, is to make economies of scale. And those economies of scale obviously have to acquire a certain critical mass that is not compatible with a very, very, very small country like the one from where I come. I come from Portugal, and in Portugal Telecom just launched one data center claimed to be the 6th in the world. cannot be to serve the Portuguese market. So you see that there is in the end, inherent understanding what is a cloud. There is a critical mass that is important. A lot of the barriers have been identified here, but one or two have not been identified very explicitly, and for me are probably the most important ones, is the mindset of the people. For example, in public administrations, to buy cloud rather than buying a computer, rather than owning to share it, is a very important and difficult change of the mindset. And this is just inherent to somebody of my age. I mean, you evolve according to the cultural education that you received, and simply people likes to have their own things, rather than share the things. And there are risks in sharing, like there are risks in having the things. I just lost recently part of my life because I had it in a pen that I thought that was very, very, very safe and not seen by anybody else. But that got corrupted. When we think about positive momentum, look at the scientific people. I was responsible for some areas of research in the European Commission. 10 years ago, it was difficult to talk to scientists on the importance of data. For scientists, let's say for the more classical scientists, not to be unfair with some, they said what exists is a big, 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 big facility. We experiment, we test things. Then a few guys came and said, your facility is different because it's connected to other facilities. So it's not anymore one facility. Part of that facility with a part of another facility builds something that is a different animal. I said, it's not exactly that. The facility is important. Today, what is important for scientists is data. That's why you have a cloud implementation called Helix Nebula, because the data from bio and the data from astronomy and the data from weather, it's all important, not just in itself, but in the ecosystem and the convergence of all this data. Equally, we talk about the digital single market, but even to implement a normal single market, how can we in Europe have a policy on taxes if we are not able to cross the information between the people that is mobile? Because the internal market says that people and things and banks are all, mobile. So we need to support them with solutions that bring data together, that bring processing together. And therefore, we are automatically in the cloud domain. But I'm looking at it from the positive side. Weather conditions, do they know the borders between, in some countries, yes. In Belgium, they know the borders well. It's always raining in Belgium, okay? But in normal countries, I'm sorry for the Belgians that are here. I feel Belgian. I have 23 years of life in Belgium. What I mean is that weather conditions or disaster conditions do not know borders. I mean, when we have Portugal and Spain and Italy and Greece burning during the summer in the forests, we have to mobilize, resources that are common, airplanes, knowledge, etc. All of these are things that will be better than if we do them with cloud. So what I wanted to leave here as a complement to the other more technical presentations is that the essence of cloud is that we have things that we want to share in common, things that we want to, analyze and make at the service of the society. And there are so many things that cloud has to be obviously not restricted to one country. Even I would wonder if it should be restricted to Europe, but at least keep it at European level. Thank you.
Well, thank you for all your insights. You covered so many topics that we are already running out of time and out of questions, maybe. But let's